This one'll be a doozy. This is chapter 51, The Oracles. You know I'm going to butcher the bejesus out of this one. But to me, this is kind of fascinating. I don't know shit about them. And it's not a real long one, but yeah, it kind of is. All right, 51, The Oracles. The oracles of Greece and Greater Greece are many, but the eldest is that of Dodonian Zeus. In ages past, two black doves flew from Egyptian Thebes, one to Libyan Ammon, the other to Dodona, and each alighted on an oak tree, which they proclaimed to be an oracle of Zeus. At Dodona, Zeus's priestesses listened to the cooing of doves, or to the rustling of oak leaves, or to the clanking of brazen vessels suspended from the branches. Zeus has another famous oracle at Olympia, where his priests reply to questions after inspecting the entrails of sacrificial victims. B. The Delphic oracle first belonged to Mother Earth, who appointed Daphnis as her prophetess, and Daphnis, seated on a tripod, drank in the fumes of prophecy, as the Pythian priestess still does. Some say that Mother Earth later resigned her rights to the Titaness Phoebe, or Themis, and that she ceded them to Apollo, who built himself a shrine of laurel boughs brought from Tempe. But others say that Apollo robbed the oracle from Mother Earth after killing Python, and that his Hyperborean priests Pegasus and Aegeus established his worship there. C. At Delphi, it is said that the first shrine was made of beeswax and feathers, the second of fern stalks twisted together, the third of laurel boughs, that Hephaestus built the fourth of bronze with golden songbirds perched on the roof, but one day the earth engulfed it, and that the fifth, built of dressed stone, burned down in the year of the 58th Olympiad, and was replaced by the present shrine. D. Apollo owns numerous other ocular shrines, such as those in the Lyceum and on the Acropolis at Argos, both presided over by a priestess. At the Boeotian Ismenium, his oracles are given by priests after the inspection of entrails. At Clarus, near Colophon, his seer drinks the water of a secret well and pronounces an oracle in verse, while at Telmessus and elsewhere, dreams are interpreted. E. Demeter's priestess give oracles to the sick at Petra from a mirror lowered into her well by a rope. At Phera, in return for a copper coin, the sick who consult Hermes are granted their ocular responses in the first chance words that they hear on leaving the marketplace. Of course, my nose is starting to run. F. Hera has a venerable oracle near Pagia, and Mother Earth is still consulted at Agira in Archaea, which means the place of black poplars, where her priestess drink bull's blood, deadly poison to all other mortals. G. Besides these, there are many other oracles of heroes. The oracle of Hercules at Archaean Burrow, where the answer is given by a throw of 4 dice, and numerous oracles of Asclepius, where the sick flock for consultation and for cure, and are told the remedy in their dreams after a fast. The oracles of Theban, Amphiaraus, and Milan, Amphimolocus, with Mopsus, the most infallible extent, follow the Asclepian procedure. H. Moreover, Pasiphae has an oracle at Laconian Thalme, patronized by the king of Sparta, where answers are also given in dreams. I. Some oracles are not so easily consulted as others. For instance, at Labedia, there is an oracle of Trophonius, son of Erginus, the Argonaut, where the supplement must purify himself several days beforehand and lodge in a building dedicated to good fortune and a certain good genius, bathing only in the river Hercynia and sacrificing to Trophonius to his nurse Demeter Europe and to other deities. There he feeds on sacred flesh, especially that of a ram which has been sacrificed to the shade of Agamedes, the brother of Trophonius, who helped him to build Apollo's temple at Delphi. J. When fit to consult the oracle, the suppliant is led down to the river by two boys, 13 years of age, and there bathed and anointed. Next, he drinks from a spring called the Water of Lethe, which will help him to forget his past, and also from another close by called the Water of Memory, which will help him to remember what he has seen and heard. Dressed in country boots and linen tunic, and wearing fillets like a sacrificial victim, he then approaches the oracular chasm. This resembles a huge bread baking pot 8 yards deep, and after descending by a ladder, he finds a narrow opening at the bottom through which he thrusts his legs, holding in either hand a barley cake mixed with honey. A sudden tug at his ankles, and he is pulled through as if by the swirl of a swift river, and in the darkness a blow falls on his skull, so that he seems to die, and an invisible speaker then reveals the future to him, besides many mysterious secrets. As soon as the voice has finished, he loses all sense and understanding, and is presently returned, feet foremost, to the bottom of the chasm, but without the honey cakes, after which he is enthroned on the so-called chair of memory and asked to repeat what he has heard. Finally, still in a dazed condition, he returns to the house of the good genius, where he regains his senses and the power to laugh. K. The invisible speaker is one of the good genii belonging to the golden age of Cronus, who have descended from the moon to take charge of oracles and initiatory rites, and act as chasteners, watchers, and saviors everywhere. He consults the ghost of Trophonius, who is in serpent form, and gives the required oracle as payment for the suppliant's honey cake. And I'll do the footers next time.